as you're approaching the enclosure, comes running out and squeaking, standing up on its back legs, begging for food, you know that your guinea pig is acting normally. That is a good thing. If that's what's normal for your guinea pig, but this one day you approach the cage, the guinea pig is sitting in the corner, is not coming out. You notice that there is uneaten food in the cage, which is normally a no-no. Something is up with your guinea pig. If your guinea pig is sitting very still, if your guinea pig is sitting with its nose in the corner of the cage, if its fur is fluffed up, that is a sign that your guinea pig is not feeling well. So the wellness check starts well before you actually get your hands on your guinea pig. So subconsciously, you're always checking your guinea pig when you go and visit it, right? And you're checking and looking in the enclosure. You're looking to see what's going on in the enclosure. Has there been some uneaten food? Why? Are there poops and peas in the cage as there normally is? If things are different, that is a little red flag for you, and you need to make note of it. So I'm going to demonstrate the actual hands-on wellness check for guinea pigs. So if you're a guinea pig lover, I hope that you will learn something from this and it will be useful. So let me go ahead and get the guinea pig. Once I get into this, I will get very focused on what I am doing and I won't be able to read any questions or anything like that, I'm afraid. After the demonstration is done, then we can stop and I can answer some questions. But once I'm on my roll and I'm in my zone, my guinea pig zone, I won't be reading. Okay, so thank you for joining us. My name is Fenella. I run a guinea pig rescue, well, actually a small animal rescue. Oh, I have a gift from Tally Payne, a rose. Thank you, Tally. I appreciate that. So, oh my goodness, Lou, your girl is 9.5. Well, I'll tell you what, if you have a guinea pig that is 9.5, you are absolutely doing the right thing. So keep up the good work. And Charlotte, your granddaughter has one. Cool. So after watching this, maybe you will be able to go over and do your wellness check and keep an eye on it, or teach your granddaughter, depending on her age, how she can do her checks. So I'm Fenella. I run a guinea pig rescue, small animal rescue here in San Diego, California. I've been rescuing guinea pigs for about 24 years. I had them as a child. And although I am not a vet, I am not a technician, I'm not a veterinary nurse of any sort, I've had a lot of hands-on with them. So I speak from my experience, and I hope you recognize that I don't have a certification for this. I just speak from my own experience. She's almost blind and has arthritis. Well, you know, a 9.5-year-old guinea pig, I would expect them to have arthritis. They do get it. And almost blind, poor thing. But I'll tell you what, sight is not one of the guinea pig's strongest senses. We've had guinea pigs that are born blind or get trauma in their eyes and they're blind from a young age. And you actually would hardly ever know that they were blind because they use all their other senses. Oh, poor old thing. I hope you give her something for the arthritis. There is medication that can be given. You do love your fluff balls. Yes, I do. All right, I'm going to get my, my model for this guinea pig wellness demonstration. And I hope you're all going to watch. All right, where are you? Where are you, Penny Pot? Here you are. Hi. So I'm going to use Penny Pot. She is a 4-year-old guinea pig here at the rescue. And she's not the calmest rescue guinea pig that we have. And that's okay. Usually I have these potato lumps, and people wonder if they're even real. So I'm going to demonstrate on a guinea pig that's a little bit more lively. So as I said, when you go and pick up your guinea pig, you're already doing your assessments. But I recommend once a week to do a more in-depth wellness check on a guinea pig. And you can get it done within a few minutes. It doesn't have to be a big deal. She's very opinionated, is Pennypot, aren't you? She's not going to be happy with this. All right, Miss Pennypot, I'll put you down. So weekly, I would suggest that you weigh your guinea pig and you keep a record of those weights so you can track your guinea pig's weight. Sometimes there can be subtle changes and you don't actually notice. So having a record is useful, and it's very useful if your animal, nudging my boob there. So it's useful if you go to the vet, because then you can show the weight loss or the weight gain over a period of time, and the vet has figures to look at. All right, so the first thing you do after you weigh your guinea pig is just to kind of feel the tone of the guinea pig. Does your guinea pig feel like it normally does? Is she strong? Is she moving normally in your arms? And this one is. The first thing I do is I look directly at the guinea pig's face, and I do this like this, right? But I'm going to demonstrate by showing you here as to what I look at. She's got a black face, so it's going to be a little bit challenging. But what I'm looking at in her face when I look directly at her is her head straight? Is it tilted to one side? Guinea pigs can suffer from something that's called head tilt, and the head tilts to one side or another. And it can get very severe. It can get so severe that they're almost rolling on that one side, and that eye on the lower side can get damaged. So it's something to be alerted to. If a guinea pig has head tilt, it could indicate illness, something to do with parasites, a neurological problem, an ear infection, or something else going on in the head of the guinea pig. So if it's a new head tilt, generally you need to take your guinea pig to a vet where it can be assessed and evaluated for antibiotics. Usually they will put them on a course of antibiotics, but definitely they need to see a vet for head tilt. So you look for that straight head. You look for the eyes. Do the eyes look even? Is there one eye popping out more prominently than the other? I look at the nose. How does the nose look? You can't see very clearly with Pennypot, but what you're looking for is there any drainage coming out of the nostrils? Is it clear drainage? Is it creamy? Is it green? Is there sneezing? Is there a lot of congestion? How is that guinea pig breathing? All right, that may well indicate an upper respiratory infection, which again would need a veterinary visit. You are looking for not only moist secretions, but you're looking for dried snot, I guess we call it, boogers, dried boogers on the nose. And what color they are. So that is also an indication of a problem with an upper respiratory infection or something going on in the nasal cavity. I will then look at the lips. One of the best parts of the guinea pig, the guinea pig lips. See those cute lips? Those guinea pig lips. So what I'm looking at in the lips is particularly in the corners of the mouth. There is a condition called cheilitis, and humans get it too, where there are cracks and skin breakdown that happen in the corners of the mouth, And what happens with guinea pigs is that infection gets in. It could be bacterial, it could be fungal, but basically this area gets infected, and the guinea pig can actually end up with loads of horrible, dry, hard stuck scabs all around its mouth, particularly in the corners. They're painful for the guinea pig, and that's not normal. Again, vet visit is needed. Okay, so you're looking for nice, healthy pink, nothing on the lips in that area. All right, so if Penny Pot will allow me, your next check will be on the teeth. Now, unless you are trained or you have the special tools to open the mouth, we're really only going to be able to check the incisors right now. We cannot check the premolars or the molars of the guinea pigs. We're only going to look at the incisors. Guinea pigs have 4 incisors, 2 at the top and 2 at the bottom. All right, and you can secure the guinea pig in your hand, and you can pull back the lips to look at the top teeth. Do you see those 2 little top teeth there? How even and nice they look. And then you can also pull down that bottom lip and look at these long rodent teeth that I'm exposing here. Here, let's see your bottom teeth. See that little tongue too. So the bottom teeth are much longer. That's normal. If they don't have 4 incisors, that's not normal. Are they eating normally? Is the weight being consistent? So you want to make sure that the teeth look normal. And why you pull that bottom lip all the way down to the bottom is a lot of hay and food can gather in that area. If you go to my page, there's a couple of videos of me cleaning out the bottom of their teeth. It's kind of yucky, but good. I've actually found a guinea pig with one of those little plastic beads that children use to make pictures with, and it was stuck on the 2 teeth, and it had been there so long it was growing into the gums at the bottom. I wish I'd taken a picture, but I was so shocked and horrified. All I could think was to flick the darn thing off. So check all the way to the bottom of the teeth. You can clean that off, get those hairs out, get that grass hay stuck out. You can do it with a finger, you could do it with a Q-tip, but clean those teeth, make sure they're fine. You're looking for any drooling from the mouth. If your guinea pig is already going into heat exhaustion, which happens when they get overheated, one of the symptoms, apart from many other symptoms, labored breathing, lying flat, being very inactive, is this heavy drooling from the mouth. And by the time they get to that stage, the heat exhaustion is really bad. So you need to act like an emergency on that one. So you're checking for drooling. Drooling can be a symptom of heat exhaustion. It can also be a symptom of problems in the teeth. So when things start going wrong with the back teeth, you'll often see problems with the front teeth. These teeth meet, they're straight across, all right, straight across. But if things are going wrong in the back, the pairs of teeth can start going crooked. And that is an indication that something is going on in the back. The premolars or molars may be crossing across the tongue. There may be spikes growing into the cheeks. By this time, you're also usually seeing problems with eating. And, oh, she's fast. So check the teeth, all right? After the teeth, what I do straight away is I will then palpate with my fingers all along the jaw on both sides, from the mouth all the way almost back to where the ear is. On both sides, I'm going to feel along here, and I'm looking for lumps and bumps abscesses, cysts, masses that should not be there. It's not smooth. You can feel the jawbone. And in between, start practicing. What does it feel like now normally? It's not smooth, but I'm not feeling like a lump or a bump. Go right directly in the middle where the throat is and palpate in there. And sometimes these masses appear very quickly in that area, and because the guinea pigs have a lot of fur around, people miss those. So the only way you can really find them is if you palpate. There's a lot of glands in that area. There's things with the tooth roots. It's a complex area. So if they develop a lump or a bump, it could be something simple like an abscess that can be treated from the vet with antibiotics. Maybe it needs to be drained, but it may be something a little bit more complex. So definitely do that palpating in that area. All right. Now you're going to look at the ears. And if you look at the ears, they should not show any dryness or crusting. You're looking at the color of the ear. I can't demonstrate on Penny Pot here because she's got black colored ears. But sometimes guinea pigs that have very pale pink ears, if there is something going on, say with heart, their circulation isn't good, the ear edges can start to show symptoms of that. Their ear edges start to show a lack of blood flow. They can become discolored and irregular. So look at the color of the ears, look at the texture of the ears to see if they are dry, that there's no fungal problems going on. Look inside the ears and look what's normal. And you will notice then, be able to notice if any lumps or anything abnormal starts to grow in the ear. You don't normally think to look in that, but we have seen growth start in the ears that are being pretty complex. After that, I mean, I know it sounds gross and my friends hate me for doing it, but sometimes if I'm suspecting something and I'm looking for drainage or something like that, I'll actually sniff it, all right? I'll sniff the ear. And if it doesn't smell good, there's a problem in that ear, all right? So I know I'm gross, but that's how I function and I don't care. So check the ears. You can clean the ears. You can clean the ears with something very simple. I use a very simple, basic kind of baby wipe. You can use a nice white piece of soft cotton. You can add a dab of something like olive oil or coconut oil. I generally use coconut oil, but minimally, not a lot, okay? And then with that, you can simply wipe and clean the ears. Just gently wipe the ears. Now, it's probably going to gross you out because that's what I get from her ears. And you're going to think, that's really disgusting. Well, it's black because she has black ears. These are dead skin cells as well as muck. All right, you won't see this degree of black in a white-eared guinea pig. So don't freak out when you see this and think, oh my God, my guinea pig has ear mites. No, it's just dirt and skin cells, all right? And you can continue to wipe until it's a little bit cleaner and you're satisfied with that. After that, you're going to do a body check, all right? She's so opinionated, this girl. She's up for adoption, by the way. So you're going to feel the guinea pig under her armpits. Some guinea pigs get these kind of fatty lipomas, little lumps in their armpits. They're not malignant. They're not suspicious. It may indicate their diet's a little bit too heavy on the carb side. But know what's normal for your piggy. She's trying to bite me now. So feel under the arms. Feel down the body of the guinea pig on both sides. Stand her up and feel back, right back here. You're looking for lumps and bumps on the skin. There's lots of things that can come up. Little lumps, bumps under the skin, on the skin, sebaceous cysts, trichofolliculomas, all kinds of weird little things can come up. So if you catch something abnormal, get it checked out, all right? At the same time, you're going to look and check in the hair, especially on the head and the rump, for things like lice. Shh, lice. So you part the hair, and it's really easy on a black hair guinea pig because you will see the nits, the little white nits that attach themselves to the hair shaft, and you can't simply just wipe them away. They're stuck hard on, just like with humans. But they gather a lot around the head of the guinea pig, especially around the ears, under the eyes, and that's how you can check for lice. The actual adult lice are tiny little brown worms, and you can actually find them wiggling around, but on a dark-haired guinea pig, it's easier to find the nits, to be honest. So you're going to check the fur, you're going to part it as you come down. You can see if your guinea pig has very dry skin. It may just be dryness, and a bath with an anti-dandruff shampoo will take care of that, or an oatmeal shampoo. So you're just checking really the texture of the skin and the condition of the fur. You're looking to see, does my guinea pig have fur all over? Now, that kind of can sound weird to you, but if females have female issues, one of the symptoms can be that they start to lose fur on their flanks bilaterally, both sides. They may begin to lose fur. They may lose fur on their back. They may lose fur on their middle. And if that's not attributed to mites or something like that, it could well be hormonal. Your guinea pig may have something going on in the uterus or on the ovaries. Ovarian cysts are very common in female guinea pigs that have not been spayed. Sometimes you can feel those cysts, or if there is a growth in the uterus, if you can palpate the female. She's not liking this, and you have to be pretty firm, obviously not hurting her, but you really need to be able to feel inside. And if you feel something like a hard ball, something that's irregular, or even that's round but it's hard and it's maybe just on one side, please go ahead and get that checked out. Now, whether it is a male or a female guinea pig, they have nipples, right? And this is something that people get so confused about because they see the nipples and they think it's a female, but it's not. It's a male as well. So you want to palpate, and the nipples are usually down here, just 2 of them here, all right? Not higher, just 2 down here, like almost in their groin areas. You want to palpate the area around the nipples. You know, she's getting a bit fussy, so I'm going to swap her out. Hang on. I don't want to torture you too bad, young lady. I was going to bring Swizzle in anyway. So you actually want to palpate around each nipple, just like this. And you're looking for irregularities, lumps and bumps under the nipple area. All right, you're going to look at the nipple area, and normally, especially in the males, the nipples are quite small. But if there are issues going on, you will begin to see symptoms. The nipples won't look the same. If there is a problem going on one side, that side, the nipples will be more prominent. They may appear more swollen. There may be something excreting from them, just maybe a clear liquid, maybe a blood-stained liquid, and that is definitely a red flag that you need to go and have that checked out, please. And just because you have a male guinea pig, it does not mean that he isn't going to have something suspicious. Over the years, we've had about 4 or 5 male guinea pigs with what is called adenocarcinoma. It's breast cancer. and we've had to have mastectomy, basically, I guess it is. We've had to have those tumors removed. I have one boy at home that had this done a couple of years ago at the beginning of COVID. And now the other side has come up with something abnormal. So poor guy. So don't rule out that your male guinea pigs may get these lumps and bumps in the nipple area, and it could be a cancer. So never underestimate that. Hey, Swizzle. This is Swizzle, by the way. He's a senior guinea pig. He's a male. On the females, you also want to go down and palpate where their little Y is. You want to feel just above that area and see if you feel anything hard. We found several urinary stones stuck in the urethra. The urethra is the tube that they pee out of. And sometimes as stones move down the urinary tract, they get stuck in that tube, that urethra, and they're too big to pass naturally. And they can actually clog that tube, and it becomes a medical emergency. Sometimes you can feel those stones right there. So when you get the chance, have a feel of that area, and it should feel kind of soft and squishy. There shouldn't feel anything hard there. If you feel anything hard, get it checked out. You will be able to see with a female if there's any discharge coming from the female area. It could just be a foul, purulent kind of pussy discharge. It could be a blood-stained discharge. She could be passing blood in her urine. All of those are indications to go and see a vet, please. So take a look at that area. Now, one area that kind of, oh, are you giving me kisses, Swizzle? Are you? Kind of amuses me is that guinea pigs have a gland. Now, if guinea pigs had a tail, it would come out right there from this gland, which is called a caudal gland. All guinea pigs have it. They're a bit more prominent in males. And this caudal gland excretes a thick, waxy-like substance that sticks on the hair. And people think that if they go and shampoo it, they can clean it off. Well, it doesn't generally respond to shampoo. What it will respond to clean it is something like a coconut oil. So you get a big dab of coconut oil on your finger, you rub it into the caudal gland, you let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then you get a baby wipe or a warm cloth, and then you wipe it and clean it. And that is what will get off this thick, waxy, you can see this because he hasn't been done recently. So you see this. It's really difficult trying to show on camera. So that's the caudal gland. And you can see this thick, dark, waxy substance. If it's not kept clean, it kind of gathers dirt. And I have seen masses or abnormal skin things growing underneath. So you need to keep it clean, needs to be cleaned at least monthly, I would say, with a bit of coconut oil so you can see that it is healthy and it is not encouraging, you know, debris and stuff sticking in it. Okay, so I think that is all the talk on at least the female guinea pigs. Now, this is going to be fun because this is oh, I got to do the feet, haven't I? I got to talk about feet too. That's a good one. All right, so guinea pig feet. When you hold up your guinea pig to look at him and make sure that his head is straight and everything's looking good, it's actually the perfect time to look under the pads of his feet. All right, you're looking for the feet to look the same each side. You're looking for anything abnormal on the feet. You're looking for the shape and the size, if there's any redness, any swelling, any dryness, any cracks. And you're also looking on, especially on the front feet, for any what we call spurs or calluses that are growing on the side of the feet. So on their little paddy pads, should just look normal. If they're a little bit dry, again, you can use your coconut oil and just massage gently on those pads to keep the pads moistened. You can use your clippers once a month to clip the nails, and that is not usually a problem. If you're not confident doing it, then get someone who is, or have them train you how to do it. With very young guinea pigs or with the calluses, I use bird scissors. And sometimes older guinea pigs have very curly nails, and it's a bit spooky to use the nail clippers. So I will use the bird clippers when they're very difficult shapes and there's a danger of them, cutting into the feet. If you don't trim your guinea pig nails, there is a danger that a curly nail can come round and grow totally into the pad of the guinea pig's foot. So you must keep your nails trimmed. We recommend 4 to 6 weeks. Other people say 8 weeks. And, whatever, just do it regularly and keep an eye on the feet. If you notice that your guinea pig's feet are like one is very swollen, has an abnormal shape, there is a scab that is absolutely attached to the soft tissue of the foot, that indicates a potential infection in the foot, and that needs some medical intervention. So get that checked out, please. You don't want open wounds on the feet. Remember that these potatoes are running constantly in dirty cages, and so you've got to keep areas on their feet very clean. If there is an open wound, definitely, okay? Now, I'm talking about moisturizing the feet on the guinea pigs. Female guinea pigs, as they get older and they develop female issues, they can show symptoms of it on their nipples. We've talked about the nipples, nipple care. And the nipple area on a female can become dry and crusty. It kind of gathers stuff on it. And with a little bit of coconut oil again, you can massage that onto the area, let it sit, and then with a cloth, wipe it clean. But those crusties are a symptom of something going on in the female reproductive system. So if you combine that with the hair loss, maybe generalized sort of weight loss, even grumpiness, females can get very grumpy if they're having issues in their female tract, reproductive tract. They really need to get that checked out. There can be treatments, there can be hormone shots, and I've even heard about hormone implants that can be used. Worst case scenario, of course, is surgery to remove the female parts. To me, that's a super tough surgery, especially on a senior piggy. So I would try everything first with shots and implants before going to surgery. And depending on the general condition of the guinea pig, I would even seriously consider that, whether it's worth it. It's a very, very tough surgery on a guinea pig to remove, to spay them when they're older. When you are clipping the nails, always make sure you have something at hand. We use styptic powder. There's many different brands, but if you cut that quick, that little vein that runs in the nail, if you cut it and it's bleeding, don't freak out. Just get a little bit of powder on your finger, dab it on the nail, and this will help that bleeding stop. It will help clot the blood, and the guinea pig will recover really quickly. Don't panic, all right? Just have this close at hand. So I think that's all the basics of a wellness check, but I do want to mention about the boys. Who has boy guinea pigs here? Because I think we should actually talk about how you check your boy guinea pigs. This is a boy. This is Swizzle. He is 5 years old. He is actually rather adorable. He's very good. He's an Abyssinian guinea pig, an orange and white, and he is up for adoption, aren't you, Swizzy? I know, and I'm going to use you to demonstrate this rather nasty thing. So anyway, if you have a male guinea pig, you can see that his testicles are here, and you do need to check. If you're checking everything else, you really need to check your boys too, and you'll be aware just what they look like. All right, their size. If one is suddenly twice the size of another, of the other side, you have an issue. All right, makes sense. So get your boy checked out like that. Guinea pigs have different colorings. We had a lady come in yesterday, and she was very concerned because she suddenly noticed that one side was a different color, and she thought that maybe there was a torsion or it was going gangrene or something. No, it was just the normal coloring of the skin of the guinea pig. So get to know what's normal for your guinea pig. All right. So guinea pigs have a little, what we call a bore sac. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Here, not a poop. I don't have a Q-tip here. Erin, do you think you could get me a couple of Q-tips? So boars have this little sac here, and this is a little bit controversial, and I'm sure that there are people that agree with me, and then there will be people that don't agree with me. But this is what I do, and I've seen a lot of debris that collects in that boar sac that shouldn't be there. It can be hay, it can be bedding, it can be fur, it can be all kinds of things. I have even seen seeds and grains that were given to the guinea pigs, which they, of course, they shouldn't be. They gather in that ball sack, and it's probably because the males run around and they will kind of drag their butts to mark their areas. As they drag, if they're big old males, there's a chance that all that stuff can kind of get dragged up into that sack area. So I like to check that sack area out. I don't have to do it every day. It's about every 4 to 6 weeks, and I check it out. I know, and I'm so sorry. I needed a really calm, but are you going to cry? So if I open this up, he is very clean, but I can check on one side and I can check on the other, and he is actually really clean. So there's nothing that needs to be removed from that area. But if it was full of debris, I would be using the Q-tip to just kind of spoon it out. All right. I will then extract out his male part here, and I will check that it's nice and clean, and there's actually nothing stuck up in there. The penis is in the shaft, and it's internal to the guinea pig. It has to be manually extracted out to examine. The issue is that things too can get up there and collect. I've seen it happen. I've seen long pieces of hay. I have seen seeds and grains stuck up in the shaft. Can you imagine how painful that is for the guinea pig? And I have seen a guinea pig that came in that it was probably the size of my little finger. It was so inflamed with the irritation of something getting caught up there. So you don't need to do it every day, but I would say, please, every 4 to 6 weeks, try and have a look and see that there's nothing stuck up there. Okay. All right. So once the exam is done, I think your guinea pig deserves a nice snacky and a nice pet. And it gives you the peace of mind that you've been able to do a basic wellness exam and know that you've checked everything over pretty well as a non-professional, and you're pretty confident that everything is okay. Some people don't have access to vets very easily, or rescues or experts that they can take their piggies to give them a second opinion. So being confident in taking care of your animals is a huge thing. And I hope maybe that you've gathered something from this about how to help your guinea pig. I'm going to put him back. Who's out there?
He's yelling.
Oh, homeless man. You want to get another cute guinea pig, Erin? And I'll just hold one while I'm talking. So everyone, thank you for staying on my live. And I really hope,
Ruby-eyed pigs get bad reps.
this is one of our baby girls, and she's a baby, but she is opinionated. She is opinionated. And we tried to bond her and her sister in with a group of females, and for heaven's sake, they got opinionated and they wouldn't integrate into the group. So we have found her a neutered male to live with, and she's very happy. She was pulled from a gentleman close to where I lived who had the guinea pigs outside, and they just kept breeding. Oh my goodness, how do I cope with that? It's called removing the males, all right? So anyway, I took some of the guinea pigs. I could not take all of them, but I took some of them, and she was one of them that I took. Just look at her, and look at those lovely little piggy lips. So now I can read comments a little bit more. Does anyone have any questions about anything they saw with me doing the wellness check? I'm happy to answer the questions why I do things or why I don't do things. So I have a big boy has one eye now, because of a fight. Yeah, you know, guinea pigs, especially the males, can be extremely aggressive. And you saw those long teeth that I showed you earlier, these long rodent teeth. She's only a baby, so they don't look that impressive, but they can cause some real bad damage. So never underestimate the damage that guinea pigs can do if it's not a good bonding.
Is there anything I should do for my neutered male?
Is there anything I should do for my neutered male? Someone's asking that. The basic wellness exam is the same for every piggy. It alters a little bit between male and female. Now, if you have a neutered male, depending on the technique of the neutering, it's sometimes very difficult to extract out the penis. And I would never, ever, ever. Oh, hi, Martin. Hi, from the UK. So nice to see you. I never force things out. If they don't come out easily, there's a reason. And especially with the neutered males, it could be a surgical thing. So you clean as best you can. You can certainly check the sac. But with neutered males, the collection of the debris doesn't seem to be as bad. I guess when they do the neutering and they sew everything up and it heals, it kind of gets a little bit smaller in there. So impaction and stuff like that doesn't generally cause it to be a problem in that area. So it's not quite as intense doing that bore care in a neutered male. I have a guinea pig missing a bottom tooth. Should I be worried? Whenever you see symptoms in a guinea pig, you correlate it with what you're seeing clinically. So if your guinea pig has lost a tooth, how's your guinea pig doing? Is it eating? Is it eating normally? Do you need to chop up some vegetables smaller so they can actually eat? Then monitor the tooth growing in. Usually the tooth will grow back in about 2 to 3 weeks. You'll definitely see if it's going to grow back in. And as always with the teeth, you know, the rodent's top teeth are like this, right? The bottom teeth are like this, and they meet here. If there is a trauma and there is no way that these teeth meet and grind each other, then there will be growth. that has to be cut manually because the teeth are not doing their, here, I'll do it like this, their normal job. When a guinea, that's the top teeth, the incisors, and the bottom. And the bottom kind of slips into this little notch here. It's the same with most rodents. And when they eat, they grind on each other, and that's how they keep their teeth down, because rodents' teeth grow all the time, right? All the time. So, and that's why you can see some really horrific teeth things. If you go to my page, you will see some horrific teeth videos. They always do really well on TikTok because people seem to love horrendous pictures. I guess that's TikTok, right? Woo! So missing tooth, not necessarily a big problem. The teeth should grow back in. That's what rodent teeth do. They grow back in. But if somehow the root has been damaged and it doesn't grow in, you just have to check that the animal is able to eat and that the mouth is staying normal and the other teeth can still grind each other. So that is my answer to that question. Okay.
My guinea pig isn't gaining any weight. We keep feeding her, but she still isn't gaining.
Gaining weight. Well, how old is your guinea pig, Sarah? Is she fully grown? They usually reach their normal size by about a year old. Definitely by a year they're at their full size, and they tend to get a little bit fatter. I mean, is she already a big girl? What kind of diet are you giving her? Are you giving her lots of hay? Are you giving her free access to hay? Remember, hay is 75-80% of a guinea pig's diet, and they need access to it 24/7. You don't hand out little portions of hay when you feel like it. You give a big old bundle of hay, and guinea pigs are like horses. They're grazing animals, and they constantly go over and graze. Are you giving vegetables? So that might be a reason why she isn't gaining weight. Sometimes guinea pigs, their growth is stunted. It's stunted. Maybe it was a female that got bred at a very young age, and you can feed it all you can, and it's still not really growing. Well, there could be an issue, or maybe genetically it's just a small guinea pig, and as long as she seems, or he seems healthy and active and is eating and pooping normally, personally, I wouldn't stress about it too much. It's just a small guinea pig. Is there a personality difference between males and females? They all can be sassy and they all can be sweet. It depends on the genetics. And I do believe strongly in genetics. I have had very, very sweet, calm guinea pigs that have given birth to very sweet, calm babies. And then I've seen very high-strung guinea pigs that have given birth to very high-strung guinea pigs, and they've stayed the same. Between the males and the females, I think it's just the amount of handling they've got as a baby. I've had some super sweet females and some super sweet males. So personally, I don't think being male or female reflects how sweet or gentle they are. Some people may say the males are a little bit more sweeter, but I think it just comes down to that individual guinea pig, their genetics, and how much handling they have had. Oh my goodness, here. I'm not going to be able to answer all these questions, guys, by the way. Woo! Here we go. Is it normal for a hamster to explode? My friends did that. Goodbye. Thank you. Hey, how much do they cost so I can fly them and eat them? How stupid are you? Oh, you give them stuff to chew, but they ignore it. If they have good hay, the hay is what keeps them chewing. You know, the hay can be stalky and it's rough enough that if they eat good healthy hay, that will keep their teeth ground down. Guinea pig, more. No, I don't mind the trolls. I haven't been on TikTok that long, but I know that they go on in, and I'm actually quite flattered that anyone would think I was worth coming in and trolling, but I know people deal with them. How often should you change the bedding? Well, how big is your cage? How many guinea pigs do you have in your cage? How sensitive are you to the aroma that the guinea pigs produce? I've known people that change their cage or their fleeces every day because they live right next to it. And then people that tolerate it a little bit longer. But I think once any bedding gets wet, it should be changed. And certainly if there is a strong aroma, it should be changed. Up to you though. But the cleaner you keep the environment, the healthier your animals will be. How can you tell if your guinea pig is sick? I think mine might be. Well, I just demonstrated a wellness exam on the guinea pig that you can do weekly, and I might do it again. I might do a live on just specific things that you look for if you think your guinea pig is sick. But basically, if you think your guinea pig is sick and it's acting abnormally, not like normal, then it's probably sick, because these animals are on the bottom of the food chain, and they hide their symptoms of illness. And by the time you as a human notice that there's something going on, the animal probably is already sick. So this is why you need to be on the ball constantly. And if you see something going on, you need to react to it. Why is my 2-year-old guinea pig so hyper? Well, guinea pigs can live up to 7 or 8 years. 2 years old is not an older guinea pig. So he's young. He's got lots of energy. He's full of it. So that's normal. That's great. Be grateful for having a lively guinea pig. Yes, if you have any concerns, please take your guinea pig to the vet. They're supposedly the experts, and find a vet that deals with guinea pigs. And this is something I do want to say. Establish a relationship with a vet that deals with guinea pigs. Go get a basic checkup, get your guinea pig on the vet's books, chat with your vet, establish a relationship. Ask the vet, if my guinea pig gets sick, where do I go when your office is closed? Can you recommend an emergency vet, or where I can take my animal? So that means during normal working hours, you've got a vet that you can call, and you have access to calling somewhere that you can go out of hours when your guinea pig is sick. Because trust me, they'll always get sick on a Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday. I got my current guinea pig from PetSmart. I had 2 that were very calm. Yeah, they're all a little bit different. What causes a guinea pig to get a kink in its neck? I wonder if you're talking about that head tilt that I mentioned right at the beginning of the wellness check. If a guinea pig is holding its head to one side, it could be a multitude of things. It could be a parasitic infection, a neurological infection. It could be an ear infection. It could be a multitude of problems in the head of the guinea pig. It needs to see a vet. So that's my answer to that. Why is mine running from me? Guinea pigs generally will run away from people. It's a rare guinea pig that is calm and confident and won't spook a little when the humans come to the cage. You've got to be patient. You've got to give them heads up you're on the way. And running away from you isn't necessarily a negative thing. You just have to work with them, go slow, talk to them, give them treats, start tempting them with treats to come out and meet you. And then as time goes on, the guinea pig will get more confidence with you. Why is my guinea pig being mean to my guinea pig who just had babies? Because there are new guinea pigs in the enclosure. Is the guinea pig that's being mean a male or another female? I've seen aggression from other females just because they don't want to have these new babies in the cage. You may want to separate the new mama
from her friend temporarily while she nurses the babies. You don't want to stress out that mother or have her stressed by her cage partner attacking her or the babies, because you want to establish good nursing. And so I would separate out the mama with the babies. Is a 6x8 guinea pig play area cage a big enough play area for them? And what should I bathe them in? A 6x8 guinea pig cage sounds like a nice area for a few guinea pigs to play in. What do you bathe them in? If you are going to bathe a guinea pig, you need the simplest, plainest shampoo that you can get. If you're in the UK, I think that Gorgeous Guineas still exists. I've heard of that. If you're in the US, WeCompanions.org does have a guinea pig shampoo on its website that you can order, but you want something very, very simple. You need to know the technique for bathing a guinea pig, and you need to make sure it's thoroughly dry before you put it back in the cage or let it be exposed to any drafts or anything. So something very simple to bathe them in. Some people say baby shampoos. There's controversy about that as well. They say the Johnson's baby shampoo is not good. There are other very natural, simple baby shampoos or kitten shampoos on the market if you'd like to research them. One of my piggies' nails started bleeding after cutting them. Yes, because there is a little vein that grows in that nail, and if you cut it too short, it's going to bleed. And that's why you also get your styptic powder, or a powder that will help stop that bleeding. It's kind of freaky when that happens, isn't it? The guinea pig is adorable. Isn't she sweet? She's a baby. She's a baby. So, any other questions, folks, about wellness checks on guinea pigs? You know, I'm very grateful. Yeah, cornstarch, Katie, will help too if you will probably help it clot. How do you know if it's happy squeaking or scared squeaking? Spend time with your guinea pig, and then you get to know what all those squeaks and things mean. They have a whole library of what the squeaks mean. You'll learn what is a really scared, upset squeak, but most squeaks are actually pretty happy ones. What's the normal weight for an adult female? An adult female is usually around a couple of pounds. I'm in the US, so we work on pounds, 1.5 to maybe 2.5 pounds, but 2.5 pounds is pretty big for a female. But I've seen much smaller, but very, very healthy females too. And they keep growing until they're at least a year old. So they do grow over that first year. What's this guinea pig's name? What's this guinea pig's name, Erin? She's in our rescue. Kalulu. Her name is Kalulu. And she's in the rescue. She's up for adoption. She has a sister. Let me grab her sister. Hang on.
Adoption? Hey! No! No, they're not.
Oh, my manager is saying they're not for adoption. But look at these sisters.
No, they're going to
Look
live
at
with
these-
another ruby-eyed, beautiful man.
Look at these sisters. Oh.
This is who they live with. This is Toe. He's a neutered male.
Stop it. You're all right. You're all right. Do you hear her screaming? It's okay. It's okay. You're okay. They're two sisters. This is Kalulu and Fanuc. Isn't it Fanuc?
I believe so.
Fanuc and Kalulu.
what are the adoption fees for rats? I believe we're talking about that. So it might be changing soon, but right now it's $15 and I think what, 5 each
Yeah.
after
that.
unless they're spayed or neutered. Neutered is
Have
100
earrings.
and spay is 150. But I think we're going to be raising our prices soon. So just so you know.
I think, yes, you're right. Not all guinea pigs do squeak. There are some silent guinea pigs and there's some very noisy guinea pigs around here in the shelter. I'm actually at the guinea pig shelter right now. So everyone, whoever is in the room right now, I thank you for visiting us. We're going to go and do a few adoptions now. And if you have any questions, if you follow me, you can always send me a question and I'm happy to answer it if I can. And next week, I am hosting the first ever international UK US guinea pig game show. And that's going to go ahead next Sunday at a similar time. I am going to be asking questions of my counterparts in the UK to see how much they know or don't know about guinea pigs. It should be a fun afternoon for guinea pig lovers. And there'll be lots of questions, lots of fun answers. So consider joining us next Sunday for the first international guinea pig game show. All right, so let me say goodbye and thank you for joining us.
Bye.